What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fantastic Duo Show. My name is Alexis Cardoza, and I'm here with my co-host, the one and only Steve Cardenas. What's up, Steve?
What's up, everybody? Sorry about those little technical difficulties there. We were having just a little bit of some issues getting this thing up live, but this is what we deal with when we're live. But either way, guys, we're really grateful that you guys are here to join us. And of course, this week we have a very special guest. Austin St. John was supposed to be here, but last minute he had to cancel. So like a true hero, stepping in to save the day, we've got my main man, the white Dino Thunder Ranger, Mr. Jeff Parazzo. Jeff, how are you, brother? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. We have Jeff on.
We have a user
audio
box for
here.
Jeff.
We have a user box for Jeff, but we're gonna replace that with his picture. We're gonna get his picture in there. So,
Yep.
we were gonna have him live, but we're just having a little bit of issues here. So we apologize for that. But Jeff, how are you, my man? Good to hear from you, man.
It's good to hear from you too. I am well. I am just enjoying the weather in my hometown.
Okay, yeah. And where are you? You're in Toronto, Canada, right?
I'm in Toronto, yeah.
And that's where you're from, even, yeah?
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm from.
Oh, I should have said that's where you're from, eh?
Yeah. See, no one says that. It's just the movies, man.
I've heard you say "eh" plenty of times.
Not a chance, man. Not a chance.
Not a chance. That's cool, man. So, man, how's everything treating you with the COVID and everything like that? You been pretty locked down, like the rest of us?
Yeah, you know what's funny? I feel like I locked down me and my girlfriend 2 weeks before the lockdown actually happened.
Smart.
In all honesty, like I was checking out the maps and I was paying attention to what was going on over in China. And when I started seeing red dots on the west coast of North America,
yeah,
I was like, it's time. It's time. It's coming this way. No one knows what's going to happen, but we got to start, just taking care of ourselves now. And in 2 days, they called the official lockdown. We already did our groceries. So we bypassed all the lines and all the craziness.
Oh yeah. Hey, look. So we have a picture up of you right now, but we can't see your face because it's just a motorcycle with you and a motorcycle helmet on. Do we have a different picture of Jeff?
I do.
We're gonna proper picture.
We're gonna get a picture up of him. I was just trying to find a picture that makes him look amazing. So
right. Well, speaking of which, that motorcycle, that motorcycle, that's yours, right? Isn't my understanding? I've known you for quite a long time now. And as long as I've known you, you have been building this motorcycle, right? You built it from scratch?
Yeah, I built it from scratch. I purchased it sometime in like 07,
Can we get the picture of just the bike? I think he sent us a picture of just the bike.
I'm getting it up right now for everyone to see.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I bought that bike in 2008 and built it over 2 years. From a dead bike, I took it apart, rebuilt everything, changed the way it looked to suit what I liked. And then, I don't know, I stopped riding it in like 2014 and like 7 years went by or just all these years went by and I was like, I'm not riding this bike. So I bought another bike to ride.
Oh, so you bought another one to ride?
And then I finished this bike.
Oh,
it's almost finished this year.
So you can't see it. I don't know if you can or you can't see it right now. But it's a go. What kind of bike is that, man?
That's a 1972 Honda CB 500F.
Wow, that thing is really cool looking, man. I mean, I don't ride motorcycles. I don't know how, but if I was gonna ride a motorcycle, I think it would look like that. That thing is
cafe racers got really popular over the past few years. But
that thing is dope. But doesn't it snow a lot? You can't ride that thing in the winter though. There in Canada,
dude, it's got winter wheels, man.
Oh, does it?
Oh yeah.
No, okay. It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't have little studs in it.
No, it doesn't. Once it hits about end of March, it's on the road.
Oh yeah, okay,
or,
nice.
One of the bikes are on the road, anyways.
Yeah. So that's really cool. Yeah, I don't know. I always wondered, like, I grew up in Texas, in San Antonio, Texas, where the weather is like really, really warm. And then I moved from Texas to Los Angeles, where the weather is, all the time is gorgeous, So I haven't been around snow or lived in snow really that I can think of for a really, really long time. And I just don't know how people can do it. I'm so used to that. that sunny weather and no snow, because it's like, I imagine like when the snow first hits, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's cool, it's exciting, but then 2-3 days later, I'm
not a fan of snow.
It's slush, it's icy, it's cold, it's muddy, it's dirty, and it's just and the sky is gray and everything. So I can't imagine that that's fun on a regular basis. How do you deal with that?
I don't deal with it well. See?
Yeah.
That's why I like going on tour. I'm not a fan of snow. My body's built for warm climates.
Yeah.
But this is what it is,
So how do you do it up there with you wanting the warm climate? Because I know you guys get like hella winters down up there, right?
We get, you know what's funny? Northeast New York gets worse winters than us, and it's been like that for the past 4 years.
Seriously?
Yeah, we had like maybe 2 to 4 major snowfalls. It wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. And then when summer hits, it's just hot right away,
Yeah, I bet, man. But one of the things about Toronto though is just it's up and coming, right? So you got a lot to do regardless. It's not like you're stuck inside.
No, not at all. Toronto's already here. Toronto's been here for a while. As far as I know, it's a really
Toronto's been here for a while.
As opposed to up and coming, Steve.
What I meant to say, yeah, you're right. It's not up and coming.
Toronto, the new city of Toronto.
The new city with new things to do. No, this is a huge city. It's a huge entertainment hub.
Right, that's what I meant. Yeah, I mean there's
things
so
are open
much.
7 days a week, all night long, every night. There's always something to do. There's always lights.
Yeah, well, my understanding too. I mean, they do film a lot of stuff there too, even a lot of American TV shows. As a matter of fact, everybody, Amy Jo Johnson, the first Pink Ranger, actually lives and resides in Toronto, Canada as well. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot going on.
Is it cheaper to live in Toronto right now, or is it how's life up there, man?
Extremely expensive. It's comparable to New York right now.
Jesus.
Yeah,
in fact, it's like. Don't quote me on this, the accuracy of it, but I was reading statistics, and it's more expensive than New York to live because things are more expensive in Canada.
Right.
It rates really high. It's like top 3, anyways, places to live.
Yeah.
I live in an artist neighborhood, and there's not many artists living in our neighborhood anymore.
Yeah, because then they'd be really starving, right? They're starving artists.
Yeah, we're all starving here, no matter what we do.
Right. Well, maybe we should go and tell people, Jeff, a little how we met. It's a funny story, actually. I don't even know if Jeff remembers this or not. The first time I ever met Jeff was at one of the Power Morphicons that we did. It must have been maybe 2010, maybe 2012. I can't remember which one. But both Jeff Parazzo and Steven Schuyler were both at this show. And this is me kind of, I think, meeting Steven Schuyler for the first time. Actually, you can't see this with Jeff. I'm going to just interrupt real quick, but there's a picture I sent to Alex to put up on our thing right now. And it's when you and I went to Saban headquarters and we're holding the Zed and Rita staffs. Yeah. I'm holding the Zed staff and you're holding the Rita staff inside the executive producer's office. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was such a fun
everyone
trip.
That's watching live on Twitch right now, you're seeing that picture. Jeff is just a blank screen right now for us, so you can't really see what we're looking at. But anyway, it's pretty cool. But yeah, so back to the story. So I had met Steven Schuyler. Maybe I had met him a little earlier, or at least earlier that weekend or something. And then after the convention was over for that day, we all kind of went out. We went out to go play pool and have a couple of drinks or whatever. And so I said, I saw Jeff. Jeff came up to introduce himself to me, and I thought it was Steven Schuyler because back in that day, they both had this long kind of hair with these ponytails, and they both were musicians. I think they had a guitar, and both had these hats on like one of those Johnny Depp type,
Let me cut you off for a second. I did have a hat on, but I definitely didn't have an instrument with me.
Oh, okay, you didn't know. Okay, all right, fair enough.
Steven is the musician, 100%.
Yeah, Steven Schuyler is the musician. So anyway, he was like, hey, what's up? Jeff comes up, he's like, hey, how's it going? I was like, oh, hey, Steven, how you doing, man? Good to see you again. And Jeff was looking at me like, what? I don't think so. So yeah, that was kind of how we first got introduced. I mixed him up with Steven Schuyler. So naturally I put my foot right in my mouth, and I was super embarrassed about it. But luckily, being the cool dude that Jeff is, he didn't take any offense to it or anything like that. He thought it was funny, and he was like, yeah, I get that a lot. I've been getting that a lot this whole weekend at Morphicon. So I thought that was pretty funny. And then, yeah, we hit it off, and we've just been friends. Like, we travel around doing the convention circuits quite a bit. At least a few times a year at the very least. And
yeah, it's been slower the past few seasons, but that's just the way of the land, right?
Yeah.
But I do tend to have withdrawal from you if I haven't seen you in too long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because we when we get together, we have a good time. Like, even when I was living in LA, Jeff came to visit me in LA, and we went to Venice Beach. I think even the picture that's up right now that you can see is me and Jeff at Muscle Beach. And we got on we rented these bikes, and we did a little bike trail. We went from Santa Monica to Venice, and that was actually really cool. That was a lot of fun. And I think that for that, how many, you were there for 4 days or something, 3 or 4 days?
I don't know, 4 days, maybe a week. Was it a week? I don't know, man. It was a blur.
It was a blur, though. Let me put it that way. Like, I remember him being there, but I don't remember everything that we did. Let's put it that way.
I remember we went out and we ate a lot.
Yeah. Of course, LA's got a lot of great restaurants. They also have a lot of really cool, like, rooftop bars and stuff like that. So the very first place I took him to when he first, I think probably right when you got off the plane, I think we went right down to the Standard Hotel downtown with their pool party going on in the middle of the day. I was just like, Jeff, if you thought you were going to do all kinds of sightseeing and stuff, nope. I gave him a drink, threw it right in his hand, and then I don't think we stopped drinking for the next 4 days.
Wow.
No, I was tired when I got home. But the Standard was super cool. I got to sit back in shade and just watch Steve get swarmed by fans.
That was odd because
so enamored by you. It was great to watch.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's not like I know anybody there, or that I generally get recognized a lot out in the street normally, because I don't. But for whatever reason, when we walked in there, people were coming around to us that day, and that was pretty crazy, And then
it was such a good time.
Yeah, people were taking pictures with their stories and stuff like that on Instagram. So I don't know. It was pretty cool. I generally don't get that kind of reaction, say outside of a convention, like in a normal setting. It's pretty rare. Only every now and again somebody come and go, hey, weren't you Rocky? And I'm like, or I was like, yeah. Oh, they're like, oh, cool. Let me get a selfie real quick. That kind of thing.
He's being
modest. It's true. I don't get recognized like that on the street.
I believe you, brother. So yeah. But listen,
it's funny, Steve.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
No, Jeff, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I was just gonna continue with what you were saying, because a lot of my actor friends in Toronto are like, Rocky? That's what I get from them all the time. They all know you.
Are all your friends a bit younger than you? Are your friends a bit younger than you? Because I know you look young, but you're kind of like me, a little bit older. Oh no, okay. It's so weird that they would know
I am
Rocky.
a little bit older. Thanks for letting everyone know.
No, I said you're just a little bit. Well, you're not older than me, that's for sure. But
we're in the same age bracket. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
So
man.
Jeff, listen, I want to talk to you a little bit about. By the way, really quick, for anybody who's just joining the stream right now, we are live on Twitch, and anybody listening to the podcast later on, you can catch us every single Tuesday and Thursday live at 8 p.m. Eastern here on Twitch, and basically follow us, and we're gonna be going live. Whether it's just Steve and I or somebody else joining us, in like Jeff is right now. So for those of you that have came onto the chat right now, speaking to you here on Twitch, we are speaking to the one and only Jeff Parazzo. He was known as the White Dino Ranger. Is that right? That's basically it. And on
that
Power
is
Rangers.
Correct.
Yeah. And
from Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder. Yeah. And I do have, your list here up. I mean, you've worked on a plethora of other shows. Degrassi, Suits, is this right? Nikita,
Yeah.
Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
IMDb doesn't
Flashpoint
lie.
filmed in Toronto, so
Yeah.
that's not didn't seem like a
I
big
worked
surprise.
with Amy Jo.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool, actually.
Hey guys, I got something to offer you. I'm
Okay.
on audio here, right?
Yeah.
I have another computer here that I'm staring at, and I think the video is going to be really good on it. I'm not sure. Is it too late to jump on and check it, try it out, or is that going to mess the flow up?
Well, if you're switching from one device to another, I think it might throw us off. I'm not sure though. We might lose you
Give
at
me
the
one
very
second.
least. We might lose you.
Yeah, we might lose you. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
have
pretty
it
cool.
set up so that I can
maybe-
just click join. We can see.
Okay. Well, maybe while he's messing with that,
Yeah, of course.
I know you. Before we got on, Alex, you were telling me all about like you were super jazzed on the PS.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, today was a big day for us nerds that love video gaming, right? Because we did have the PlayStation 5 reveal. So I don't know if anybody here in the chat room right now saw that, but it looks amazing, Steve. I mean, this thing it actually looks like it was carved out off of Mr. Jeffrey's uniform from his suit in Power Rangers, because it actually looks, it has his
It
colors.
looks like the white Dino Charge
It looks
Ranger.
exactly like the white Dino Thunder Ranger. Yes, exactly like that. It's the funniest thing, but I think it's pretty cool that we talk about pop culture and everything else on the show, and I think that's something that really it really transcends people like like me and whatnot. Like that's our getaway, and you know what? We're gonna have to get you on it, Steve. Honestly, we're gonna have to.
Oh yeah, I mean, I I'll probably all the Twitch. I'm kind of probably gonna melt Twitch right here when I say this, but I haven't been much of a gamer. I'm not really that much of a gamer. I know, like everybody's probably like, what? I know, but I think I'm gonna be shoved into this whole gaming thing, kicking and screaming, and maybe one day, just for the fun of it, we could get some gaming going. And we could just film us like playing these games.
Yeah, that would be
on
great.
Twitch. Because if we're gonna go live on Twitch, and we gotta put content up, I mean, why not?
Why not?
Just watch us play games like an idiot?
Yeah. Well, you know what else we can do? We could also do watch-alongs. If anybody here on the stream wants to like kind of join in and have questions for Steve, as we might do a watch-along. Like I just finished watching his debut episode yesterday. Steve, and this is a question that's been haunting me, Steve, since I watched this when I was like 13 years old, bro. Who gave you that nice vest, red jacket for your very first scene on there?
Well, I mean, I think that was just like a carryover, because I think Austin used to wear those vests. He used to wear the sleeveless vest or whatever, and then I think so people could just like, because there was going to be such a big change, you know what I mean? Like a sudden change for people, like if anyone missed like a week of episodes or whatever, if you were a kid, and then you come back and all of a sudden after 3 episodes, boom, like there's a new Red Ranger. And I think they probably wanted to try to keep some familiarity, so they kind of kept my outfits the same as what Austin wore, but it just didn't suit me the same.
No, you're right, it didn't. Yeah,
he was much bigger than me. You know what I mean? He was more muscular than I was at that time, and so just to wear those sleeveless shirts was not really like a good look for me, I don't think so. But the sleeveless shirts and vests and stuff. But yeah, that was my first episode, was a vest with no shirt underneath it or anything like that.
I loved it. It was part of the times. I just got to say that.
Yeah, and I remember I had a little tattoo. I have a little cross tattoo on my arm, and I had to cover that thing up with makeup. There is a headshot out there where you can actually kind of see the tattoo kind of pushing through the makeup on there.
Wow.
So if you look out for it, we will find that one day. I'm not sure if we have Jeff back yet.
Yeah, Jeff,
I'm here.
Oh, sure. Okay. I thought maybe you went away. I thought you.
No. Honestly, I got 2 computers in front of me. The one I'm using audio off of, and I have one that I can click join. I've been just waiting for the okay.
Oh, join it.
Oh,
Join.
yeah,
Go
join
ahead.
us.
I thought I thought you were logging off. That's why we were talking. We were filling time here. My bad.
I was
We're like talking about, we're just going off. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the great things about being live here.
Yes,
on
with
Twitch. Live
is always
Okay.
some snafus that come through. Oh, hey, look, there he is.
wait,
All right,
wait.
so we've got him. We've got him. Maybe we can figure out how to frame him up here. Are we getting some reverb from him?
Yeah, he needs to disconnect off the other computer.
I am. That's
Okay,
what
cool.
I'm doing right
We
now.
got him. Oh my
Oh,
God, we
good.
got him.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh, hey,
Hold up.
we're about to see him, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and
We're
gentlemen,
working on getting him in there. Give it a minute,
I'm
and
getting
we
him
will
in
see
here.
him very, very soon on
Oh,
live.
oh,
Uh,
there he is.
hello,
Oh,
hello,
there he
hello.
is. What's up, Mr. Parazzo? How are
I
you,
thought
buddy?
I'm
You're
good.
looking
I'm
good,
good.
dude. You're looking
Thanks.
good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love it.
I have my COVID hair going on. It's
You
getting
did
We
real
all have
COVID hair.
COVID hair.
controlled.
Let's leave it at
Yeah, so
that.
there, yeah, nice. So it's still bright over there, over the East Coast time too. Yeah, even though
Yeah,
it's
yeah. We get sun in Toronto, Steve.
yeah. No, I knew that. I just meant, but isn't it already like it's 8:30 almost over there?
Yeah,
The
yeah. The
sun
sun will
starts
start going down around 9:30.
Oh, good. Okay, so
Yeah,
because you're a little bit more north, say, than I am. I'm
yeah.
in Dallas, Texas. So in Dallas, it's further south, and I think the sun goes down a little bit quicker, so it doesn't stay as
It does.
bright
It seems
as
to go
long.
down quicker on the in that neck of the woods.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm glad that we have you back on here. I'm glad that we have you picture in picture live and in charge. So yeah, so let's talk a little bit about your history in the scene, in television
Like
and film.
yeah, like how did you get
Yeah,
into acting? How did
please
you get on
tell
Power
us.
Rangers? Tell us all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, geez. How did I get into acting? And we'll start with that one. I don't know. I wanted to start acting. I was doing plays in high school, a few, not many. I took drama because I had to. It was that or painting. Um, but when I graduated, started thinking about it more. So I started taking private workshops in the city. And then I just started doing workshops over and over and over again, trying to like build my toolkit,
Uh huh.
Right.
the box of tools that I was going to use for characters. No agent wanted to take me on because I was well, I could tell you why. I mean, I was like the ethnic kid in Toronto and there wasn't a lot of places to put me in. You know what I mean? So I finally had a modeling agent actually
Right.
was like, "You'll never model because you're short." I'm like, "I don't want to model."
Wow.
But I mean, I knew this going in. I knew this guy through like the club scene, but essentially in the bar scene. By the time I was like 17, 18 years old, he said he would submit me for auditions for commercials and stuff like that.
Right, because
You know,
commercials and print work, where you don't have to be like standing alive, you can
yeah.
be a little shorter. It doesn't really matter how tall you are, right?
No, it doesn't. And like I knew how it was going to be because I wanted to act. You know what I mean? It wasn't about doing anything else. So
Yeah.
he started submitting me, and I started booking right away.
Wow.
And I was just picking up commercials, just
But that's
you know,
because
every
you have
month.
this look, man. You know what I mean? You've got this like, this like the color of the skin with the beard and the hair. It's like it's always been it's a good look, man.
I appreciate that.
It's unique. So I think something, it's probably maybe even especially in Canada, that's probably in demand there. I would imagine.
Yeah, to be honest with you,
Probably a lot of white faces there in Canada.
you know what? It's Toronto is one of the biggest multicultural cities in the world, but the work here is actually less progressive than it is in LA.
What?
Oh,
By I don't know, like at least double, triple. There's not a lot of work in Toronto where they would fit me in. Everything is
okay.
about Canadian shows, or a lot of them are about Canadiana stuff.
Right.
Whereas in LA, you have it's another like melting pot for ethnicities. So you have
Sure.
just so much content. Plus, it's you know what I mean. It's the source of all the productions. So you get so
Right.
much going through there. Where in
Right. So it
Toronto-
made you move down to LA then for you.
Well, Steve, we've been talking about this for a long time. Right? I
Right.
lived in LA through the writers' strikes, was it the director strikes? The strikes that happened in I believe it was '08.
Mhm.
And it kind of it killed me out there. So when I moved back to Vancouver and then bounced to Toronto, and
Right.
I've been talking about going back. I just never do. I just kind of travel when I need to. So I don't know.
Right. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. Hey, I mean, if you have the ability to do it, if you got a good agent there in the city that you live in and stuff, I feel like, it's quite advantageous to not live in LA if you don't have to, because you can go there when you need to work. And then when you
Yeah.
don't need to, you don't need to pay all the expensive, the expensive, what's the cost of living that is there in Los Angeles.
Oh,
I mean, that's one of the reasons I left LA too. It's like I get to live so much better in Dallas, than I did in LA. So, that's definitely, and it's like, and for me with the conventions and all the traveling and stuff before COVID shut all that down, I could live anywhere because I didn't need to live in Los Angeles for that because we always travel for work. So
yeah,
as
absolutely.
Jeff will tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was living out there, LA was actually cheaper to live than Toronto. That's changed. But if I moved to California, I wouldn't even necessarily live in LA. I mean, it doesn't matter the state of California.
A lot of people don't. Yeah.
And like the way it is now, it's a 4-day drive from here, or it's like a 2 to 4 hour drive if I'm living somewhere out in state. So,
right.
Yeah,
that's great,
a warm
man.
breeze all year long would be nice.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to just talk real quick. We've been getting a lot of people joining in on the conversation. You're getting a lot of love, Jeff.
Yeah.
A lot of people shouting out to you. They're really stoked to see you. So they're all saying hello on Twitch. I know you can't see the feed right now, but yeah. And actually, one of our good friends, the winner from our contest last week, Tom Turner, who also lives in Toronto, is actually saying hello on Twitch as well too. So Tom Turner. Tom Turner.
I took his pictures. Yeah,
his wedding pictures.
So tell us about that. Oh, you took his wedding pictures.
His engagement.
See, this
pictures.
is how much. Like I said before, guys. Remember, I said Tom is like really like he's like the true Ranger fan. Like if there's anyone's like a true Ranger fan, like not only is he like a true fan, but he actually hangs out with us. Like he hangs out. We call him Tom Ranger because that guy hangs out with all of us. And so I didn't even know this. He took your wedding pic, or you took his wedding pictures?
I took his engagement pictures, and actually he was, I sent him all the raws, and I was waiting to hear back from him, so I knew which ones to edit, and he just he just started using them. So Tom.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So for those of you that don't know, not only is Jeff like a really phenomenal, actor and model and a good looking person and all that, but he's also a fantastic photographer as well too. So he's just like a genuine Renaissance man for sure. He's taken some great pictures of me when we go out on the road sometime. Like I remember we were in the Isle of Wight in England. Remember that? Yeah. And we were walking on those old cobblestone streets, man. And you took that black and white picture of me, and it's like that's one of my favorite pictures, man. I love it.
Man.
So that's
every
that's
time
good
I
stuff.
see you, I try to take some pictures of you.
Yeah,
and
cool.
I fail most of the time, but as long as I can hit a couple,
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you have to take a lot of pictures and from a lot of different angles to find the good one for me.
Especially because I love shooting candid.
You also have some love coming in from Brazil. You have a Brazilian group called the Power Rangers. Morphin Postagem. I messed that all up, but I'm sure they're going to correct me. But yeah, they're giving you massive love, man. That's like, that's cool,
what's up,
bro.
Brazil? I love Brazil. Like, man, you know what is crazy is Brazil is probably even like more fanatical than the U.S. as far as when it comes to like things pop culture. I mean, I think they're a very big country as well too. I think it's the biggest country in South America, and there's hundreds of millions of people there, and they are huge fans. Actually, probably I think the biggest Comic-Con, like single Comic-Con that I've ever been to was in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Wow. It's bigger than New York Comic-Con. It's bigger than the San Diego Comic-Con, which started it all. There's easily 400,000 people that come to this convention in a weekend, and it is insane. If you guys ever, if the world ever opens back up again and you get the chance, first of all, Sao Paulo is such a great city. If you get the chance to go to that convention, I mean, it's just, and I mean the fans are just as dedicated there as they are here.
It sounds we're gonna need to put something together.
We're gonna have to put something together, right? The fantastic duo show on the road to Brazil.
The road show,
the road show, the fantastic duo road show. That sounds cool. I know I was talking before. I was talking about Tom Turner being our contest winner. I wanted to get that out of the way really quick. We do have our contest winner that won this week for the autographed Rocky doll. We're just going to call it a doll. Let's call it what it is, guys. Everybody
You
likes to say
always do that.
action figure, but come on, it's a doll. Let's not kid ourselves. So anyway, you're going to get a doll. Alexis, give us the name, please.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, and this goes to one of our Patreons, this is why you need to join our Patreon at patreon.com/fantastic duo, because you will be
Indeed.
able to weekly win some amazing damn prizes like this one, the doll. Signed by
The
the one and
doll,
only Steve
signed
Cardenas.
by the one and only. Yeah. I don't know about this signature. It might be a fake, man. Who knows?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So
No.
today's winner is Rebecca Vero. She is one of our newest Patreons.
Yay!
Threw her into the machine, and her name
Rebecca
popped up.
Vero,
So Rebecca,
congratulations. Yeah.
we got you, girl, and we're gonna be sending you this amazing doll. Signed by the one and only Steve Cardenas. And I think that this is a great opportunity for anybody who wants to join our Patreon. This is the way you do it. You just get in and we give stuff away. Like check it out. I'm gonna just put this up on screen real quick. This amazing Steve Cardenas rookie card.
Oh, yes,
look
you
at
get the rookie
that.
card too. Signed rookie
Signed
card
by
for those
Steve
people that join. When you join the Patreon, you get
Yeah.
a signed rookie card. So that's very cool. I don't know if you missed the show last week, if you didn't, because you can listen to all of our shows on Spotify. You can hear the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcast or anywhere that you get your podcasts. If you want to hear some of the old episodes and stuff, you can jump on and listen for free on there as well. And then of course you can watch the live shows here on Twitch as whatever. I was talking about that was the very first day of shooting. The very first day I shot anything, and they took that picture of me and then they turned it into a trading card. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so-
Jeff, did Dino Thunder have trading cards? Do you remember
We
that?
did not have trading cards, not that I remember.
See,
We
now
just
that's
got the
what I'm
promo
talking
pictures.
about. Yeah.
Jeff, really quickly, man, can you give it's the clone wants you to give a big shout out to the Morphin. Steve, you see it yourself, right? It's Morphin Postagem. Is that what it says? Morphin. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Anyway, he just wants you to say hi to them so he can clip it. And
Okay,
share it
hey
all
guys.
over.
Well, man, we were just talking about Brazil the whole time. Well, hello,
Yeah.
Brazil.
Jeff,
Hello,
Jeff,
Brazilian Power Ranger
can you
fans.
say hi to the people at Morphin Postagem. I messed that all up, man.
To the people of Morphin Passagin in Brazil, I salute you.
Morphin
Nice.
time.
So Jeff, really quickly, man, you get into
Yeah.
you've done all this stuff. You were the quote unquote ethnic person. You get into modeling and into acting and all this good stuff. It's working for you. You look amazing. How the heck did you end up inside of the ranks of the Power Rangers? And let me tell you something. I just finished watching the entire season of Dino Thunder, and
What'd you think?
I thought that specific season tied up all the past ones very well, and it
Okay.
kind of put a nice bow on it after Disney took it over.
Yeah.
Because Disney kind of destroyed everything except for that one season. Yeah.
Yeah, bringing Tommy Oliver back, that was pretty good. That's a pretty good idea. Having
So
Dr.
I think
Tommy Oliver there.
Your season was pretty cool. And just the fact that you were the way they brought you in as an evil White Ranger, the story was just perfect. So tell us a little bit of some behind the scenes and how'd you get involved with Power Rangers and becoming? Because by the way, your helmet is amazing.
It's my favorite helmet.
It's
in the
one of my
franchise.
favorite ones. Yeah, I'm putting it up right now on the screen for those of you who.
It's got the shark fin and it's got the
Oh
red
my
visor.
God.
I like it.
Yeah. it's good.
You know what? That was just a regular audition that came through casting in Toronto. I auditioned for it once. Second audition for the callback, Doug Sloan was there. And basically at the callback he was like, are you ready to move to Auckland?
Wow.
are you going to be ready to move? I was
So cool.
absolutely. And I left he gave me a wink and I was like, man, I might get this show. It's funny.
And you were living in Toronto at that time, yeah?
I was living in Toronto at that time. I remember the contracts came in. Everyone signed except for me. I had a panic. I was like, oh my God, am I going to do this show? Like, isn't this what I wanted to do? I got so used to struggling and doing theater and low budget indies. And I was like, what's going to happen? And literally I got a call a month later, you're going to sign
Jeff
this?
Parazzo.
Yeah, that's me.
Mr. Procrastinator.
Yeah, no, I had to think about all the ways it could possibly change my life. But,
Yeah.
you know what? I felt like I got a lot of heat or some heat for it when the season first came out because my goal was to not play him like the White Ranger, like how Jason played him.
Right.
Right. He's written that way already. You know what I mean?
You're right. We come in as evil, and then
You know, and just that I wanted him to just be like an innocent dude who was thrown into something, and then because of that, it's bringing up, you know, things that he's never dealt with. You know, because he was adopted by Anton Mercer.
Yes.
My parents on the show disappeared. So I wanted to come across from a different point of view. I wanted to show a different point of view than to just be like, you know, that what is it? How, you know, that bad boy or the rebel character who comes in and stirs stuff up right away. I wanted to be like a nice guy trying to fit in who gets thrown off.
Right.
And then he finds his way back, you know?
Well, that's what I thought. Like the way that your character was portrayed in the show was excellent. You were protecting your dad in the show. You know, they find out like the story arc and the story week after week just progressed, and it became better and better. Like, you know, even up until you joined the team, people were still guessing, is he really part of the team? Like, what's his agenda? Like the character you did an amazing job, brother.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I remember that whole 4-part series. What is it? Was it White Thunder? Is that what it's called? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Basically where I start turning evil. It was funny. And Kevin Duhaney, the Blue Ranger, who's an awesome and one of my best friends.
Who also lives in Toronto, by the way.
Who also lives in Toronto. He lives in an igloo, though. But because he's so far north. No. But
I wanted to have that story. I don't know if it's appropriate or not. The story, the story of the picture that the three of us took. And then my friend from Toronto called me and said, should I bring that one up or no?
Bring it up. Why not?
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe
friends.
not.
Story time.
You know, okay. Maybe not. We'll tell this story later. It was my friend, like Leanne. She called me up and she said, "Hey, are you on that site?" And I was like, okay, so this is when we were all single, you know what I mean? I think, well, Jeff was with his girlfriend, his wife, but Kevin was single at the time and I was single at the time. But I had this friend who lived in Toronto, and she texted me out of the blue one day and she's like, "Hey, are you in Toronto right now?" And I said,
my God.
I said, no. I said, no. And she goes, "Well, because, you know, I was just on Bumble and I saw your picture on there." And I was like, "What? Are you serious? What are you talking about?" So she sends me a screenshot of it and sends it to me. And lo and behold, it's a picture of me and Jeff and Kevin Duhaney. And you see me in the foreground, like very prominently in the foreground. You see Jeff a little bit behind me, and you see Kevin Duhaney way in the back, kind of like this sort of photobomb thing. And it's like, but it was Kevin's thing. So he was like, so it was Kevin, but Kevin was the picture, his profile picture, but he was the one that was in the way back. So it looked like it was me that was on there. And I was like, texted Kevin, I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing putting that up there?" And he's like, "Oh, I got to attract the ladies somehow." I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Wow, that's so funny." I'm like, doesn't that seem a little bit like odd that you would put my face up there with your face in the way back? But I just thought that was the best picture because we took that picture like somewhere in an airport or something like that. And he posted that up as his profile pic. Yeah. Anyway, but this was years and years ago. I just thought that was so funny, you know.
That's hilarious because we got people in the chat laughing, calling you the magician Steve, you know?
Oh my God. I mean, I just thought it was so funny. So I always bust his chops about that one. Mr. Kevin Duhaney, one of my favorite people as well, too. Very cool guy. And then you guys both auditioned in Toronto together and then got the part and got
we met on the airplane.
Yeah. And then I was hoping when we came back and did Ninja Steel that we could have had Kevin Duhaney with us, but unfortunately it was just you and I. That would have been so cool. But we had a great time in New Zealand, and since, you know, Jeff had already been there before, we had some good times there.
Yeah, New Zealand.
In New Zealand.
I love Auckland, New Zealand. And I, you know, if it wasn't for Kevin, I probably wouldn't have been on Ninja Steel. Because he let me know what was happening and told me I should reach out to casting because, I mean, I bounced a few different agents over this time period. I mean, when I got in touch with them, I got the okay, and, you know, It didn't
So
work out
you
for
guys
Kevin.
were already friends before Power Rangers?
No. I
Oh.
met Kevin on the
This is great.
plane to move to Auckland, New Zealand to shoot
Wow.
Dino.
Oh, really? Oh,
But like
okay.
for the Ninja Steel, Kevin's the one that told me that they were going to do this team up, and they were.
Oh,
looking
I
for
see.
actors.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he was the one that
So-
told you about it, and that's how you jumped in on it.
Yeah, I was like, I got my agent to contact the right people,
Ooh,
and
boy,
I ended up.
he was
I ended
super
up going.
heated, boy. I bet he was super heated that he was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna jump in on that
It would
show."
have been
And then
really nice for Kevin to go because I mean, first of all, Ethan James was a great character for him. He was a
Yeah.
great character,
Yeah.
even within the franchise of all the teams, and I mean, he's an aces actor. It's just he's got to go back at some point and serve up some Ethan James for the world.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let me ask you
We'll get him
something.
on. We'll get him on here eventually. And we'll have
Yeah.
him tell us all about it.
So-
But yeah, so go ahead, Alex.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Two things. Number one, did you keep anything from the show? Any of the helmets or anything like that? Okay,
One, two,
never mind.
three,
Number two.
One,
Number
two, three,
two.
four, fifth.
No.
Number
It's
two.
been a long time. It's been a long time, and Disney doesn't own the show anymore, right?
Right. Correct. Exactly.
I took my suit.
That's okay.
Yeah, the boy, yeah, the boy. You gotta snag something.
There was
you know
like
what I mean?
15 suits. You know
I
what I
snagged
mean?
a few things. I ain't gonna
I took
lie.
it-
I snagged a
it's
few
fu-
things.
It's a funny story. I hope he doesn't mind me telling you guys and everyone else listening in the Twitch universe. But when I walked in to get my suit, I saw Jason was already stacking his suit.
Oh yeah.
He was
Well, you're talking
stacking-
about from back in the day on Dino Thunder, like
Thunder,
way
yeah,
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
okay.
he was stacking it. I've told this story before at shows, but he was stacking it. He looked up at me. And I was like, yeah, huh? And he's like, you're going to get yours too? I was like, yeah. man." We
That's
both walked out with
great.
our suits. Kevin
Yeah.
came in, saw what we were doing, and just backed up.
Nice.
Panicked.
That's funny, man.
I got a few things.
And the other one is it's more of a statement because we really need a white Dino Thunder Ranger Lightning Collection figure because like us collectors, that would be really dope. I know they have the original ones, the legacy ones.
Yeah, I've seen
came
the
out.
legacy ones.
Yeah, but
in
to
pictures,
come out with
or I've signed a few.
yeah.
Hey, maybe we can persuade Jeff to give some kind of a autograph.
Yeah.
It may take. Just know that the mailing stuff from Canada to the U.S., even though it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away, is difficult. So it may take a while to get here if we give the prize. But maybe we could get Jeff to give us a little autograph, something, maybe an autograph 8x10 or an autograph action figure. If you've got an
give
extra
away to our
one,
great
give
peeps.
away to our fans. If you can, we can pick a winner.
I'll see what
We'll
I
announce
got.
it in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. So
Your suit.
yeah.
No.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's very nice of you. I know I put you on the spot. How can you really say
yeah.
no at that point? You're like, oh no, I'm not doing that.
Do we ever say no?
Yeah, right. Of course.
You know,
No, I know.
we're here to
Fair.
provide.
Yeah, no, it is. It's true. We do love to give back to the fans for
Yeah.
sure, as much as we can.
Before
which I think is cool.
Yeah, for sure. Oh wait, you know what, Steve? I forgot to tell you this, and I might as well just say it in the podcast when we're here.
Okay.
Hasbro will be releasing a Lightning Collection Red Ranger helmet. So get ready for that. It was leaked.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
cool. All right.
yeah.
Well, hey, listen out there, Twitchiverse,
Yeah.
Twitchiverse, and Spotifyverse, and Apple Podcast verse, and whoever else is out there. That as we're screaming into the void here, we apparently Hasbro is going to be making a legacy type Red Ranger helmet,
Just like
so
the
that's
white
pretty
one.
cool.
You can wear it, hang out with it, take it everywhere.
Sweet. Okay. Cool.
So now, before will you tell us what you've been doing after? Because we did get asked in the chat room what you've been doing after Power Rangers.
I saw him. I was watching. There's a really cool gem of a movie. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I really suggest watching it. It's about poker. It's called Molly's Game.
Oh, yes.
And I think I saw my boy, and I wanted to clarify with you. Were you one of the poker players in there, bro?
I
Because I
was
thought I
New
saw you
York
go, I'm
poker
going all
player
in. I was like,
number
that's Parazzo
whatever.
right there.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was me. You take what you can get in Toronto.
Yeah,
but,
right. I mean, I
was
feel like you got probably cut out of that movie a little bit. Like there was probably
No,
more.
honestly, no.
You were just
That was just I was that character. They used us in the security footage,
right.
But then they used us there, and I was actually pretty lucky because they brought all the talent in.
Yeah.
And I got for those 4 seconds.
Right. Yeah. Those were some really intense 4 seconds.
That took 4
Yeah.
days to shoot. I was one of the lucky ones that actually got close up coverage.
Yeah, you did. I mean,
You
I saw
know,
your
I
face
mean-
straight up, like you couldn't deny that was Parazzo right there. But
Yeah.
for those of you who haven't seen that movie, just off that subject a little bit, that's a really good movie. It's like a little hidden gem on. I think it's on Netflix now too.
Yeah.
So if you get the chance, check that movie out because it's a true story as well
About Molly Bloom.
about a girl, named Molly Bloom who basically runs an underground poker ring in LA first and then for a long time in New York and ends up like getting caught up with like the Russian mob and all this stuff like that. And it was crazy. Yeah. So it's a really good movie. But yeah, we see our boy Mr. Dino Thunder in there for a brief hot minute. We see him in there.
Little
So make sure
surprise.
you like the little Easter egg. So look out for it.
Yeah.
If you watch
And-
the movie, look out for that little
But that
spot.
was a dream. Like I got to work with Jessica Chastain.
Yes.
Yeah.
We worked together for 4 days, and like, man, Aaron Sorkin is an icon, and
Right.
it
Yeah,
was
because
a
the Aaron
privilege
Sorkin film. Yeah.
just be there in the same room collaborating.
Dude,
and
I
listening to
couldn't
him,
even
you know?
imagine how awesome that must
sharing
have been.
cigarettes with him. I
I can't even imagine how awesome that must have been.
Yeah,
man.
no, that
That's
was
so cool.
It was worth it. It was worth the price of admission. That's for sure.
Good for you, man.
So you know that Beast Morphers is doing that whole Dino team up that's going to lead to Dino Fury. I saw
Yeah.
that Dino Thunder will be, putting it together with Dino Charge, who's also going to be putting it together with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in these 4 episodes that they're going to release. I saw red, yellow, and blue. Where was the white one here for the Beast Morpher episode? Right? Did you lose all your powers and you weren't able to come back, or no? You have no idea what's going on.
I have no idea. Are we talking about the episodes that
They're upcoming.
They're upcoming.
Austin
Yeah,
St. John's a
that
part of?
Austin is in. Yeah.
They reached out, but if your character makes footage, you get a call. If it doesn't, you don't.
Right.
Right. I think part of
And
it
I'm a
too is
specialty
that
ranger,
we
so-
were just on the season
Yeah.
before, so they like to try to mix it up if they're going to bring any comeback people.
Absolutely.
So anybody that was on the old one doesn't going to necessarily be in that, or anyone who was in the last season won't come in as a guest in the new season. So, but yeah, again, I don't know the exact answer to that. But either way, it would have been cool because that
It
would
would have been
perfect,
cool. And
it would
they
have been
did
the
reach
perfect
out.
combination.
They asked for scheduling, but it just you can only go as far as the storyline lets you go.
Yeah.
So if the White
Well,
Ranger
it go, as far
isn't there, it's
and
not
it also
there.
just be like come down to like, well, they just had we just had these guys on. We should probably mix it up and get a few different people. So that's probably the main reason that we didn't get to go back.
Well, it
As
was
long as
cool
we
to
can keep
see.
looking young, Steve.
Yeah. Exactly.
What's that?
Yeah.
As long as we can keep the youth in our faces going.
That's what I'm talking
Quick
about, right?
shave,
Yeah, keep the that's why I like to keep clean shaven as much as I can. Yeah, try to look as young as possible. Hey, are we gonna do the little battle, the little trivia thing?
Yo,
Are we
you-
doing that this time around?
I'm ready to do it. Is
Oh.
Jeff ready for something like this?
Okay, cool. So one of the things that we do, Jeff, is whenever we have a guest on, is we have that guest battle me in some pop culture trivia questions. So basically, Alexis is gonna ask a few questions, and we have to say buzz, and whoever buzzes in first gets to answer
geez.
that question. Then we just say, I mean, dude, I think I don't know. Like we had Jason Font on here earlier this
Tied
week.
between you guys.
And
so.
it was tied for the longest time, and then right at the last second, I pulled a squeaker out. But I think we're gonna make sure that we get more poppy culture questions and not so much like general trivia questions, right?
Let's give it a
Alex?
shot.
All right,
Congratulations,
cool.
Steve.
So,
for
what
beating
is
Jason Font.
what is the square root of? No, I'm not
I try
doing
to find all these questions and they pop up, but they're like
that. Yeah,
they're very
but I
they're
mean-
mixed, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
mix
but
it up.
I figure for Jeff and I, because we kind of about the same age, we do like any 90s stuff would be cool, or 80s stuff as well.
80s music. Let's do
Oh,
this.
was that your light that you were gonna use to buzz in?
No, yeah, no, ding it.
The Jeopardy light. Bing!
Yeah, sorry it doesn't look so good here. My other setup looked so much better, as you guys know. But,
Yeah.
sadly, I had to move because Wi-Fi was terrible there.
All right,
Right. No,
Let
it's
me
good.
let me get these. You want these 80s ones, so I have a couple here. Okay,
Whatever,
here we go.
yeah, let's
No,
do it. Let's
whatever.
do it. Yeah, it don't
Yeah.
matter. We can ask us whatever.
Okay.
All right, so you get it, right, Jeff? You just buzz. You say buzz.
Buzz.
And you
Buzz.
Okay, cool.
All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm just making sure I pull up the trivia questions here. Okay, here we go. Oof, I'm gonna go with the 90s.
Okay. Hey, maybe while Alexis is looking for some of that stuff, Jeff, can you tell everybody where we can follow you and stuff, where people can follow you and kind of find out all the cool stuff that you got going?
Ooh, yeah, all the cool stuff is probably found on my Jeff Parazzo Instagram page.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I usually,
So
in all honesty,
is it at Jeff Parazzo or
at Jeff Parazzo, 2 Z's,
Perfect.
1 R.
Two Z's, that's 2 Z's and
2
1
Z's,
R.
that's right, 2 Z's, 1 R. I usually push everything from there to my Twitter, and I closed my
Yeah.
Facebook account because I just felt
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's two
Facebook, yeah.
F's, 2 F's, 2 Z's, and 1 R.
exactly.
All right.
It's Jeff with a J.
Here we go, ladies
Hey, how's
and
this
gentlemen.
lighting here? Should I try to turn on a light?
I don't know. I think we're okay, man.
Or do I do- is it just
I can see.
moving
We
and
can
stuff?
still see
Yeah,
you,
I can
man.
see you, yeah.
We're gonna be done in about 5 minutes
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
so I think we'll make it.
Really
I'm in a
quick here,
BTS
best
tape
best
right
2
now.
out of 3 wins this one and takes it. Are you guys ready? You buzz in to win. Here
Yeah.
we go. What was the name of the school where Saved by the Bell was set?
Oh, Buzz,
Go ahead, Steve.
Bayside High.
Oh, look at that. All right.
Yeah, it was Bayside. Hey guys, the
Hey,
one Zach
there you go.
and Slater, you know.
Let's go. Question number 2.
Ayo.
Ready? What famous zip code was used in a very famous 90s?
Buzz.
Buzz.
Okay. Oh, I went
Oh.
first.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It was 8675309. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. That's a fun.
For 2
No,
seconds,
that's
I'm like,
that
oh,
was the
damn.
80s. No, it was 90210.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Man, you gotta buzz in here, Jeff. If not, he'll
Even if I
destroy
don't
you.
know it, okay. Here we go.
Here we go. This is an easy one. Who had a hit with Ice Ice Baby?
Buzz.
Oh, come on. Okay,
Iced
you
tea.
got it. You got it. Huh?
Iced tea. No,
Oh.
Vanilla Ice. Come on, Vanilla Ice.
Oh, I was
He
about
know.
to
I
say-
know. I know. He's messing with
Come
you,
on.
Alex. He's messing with you, Alex. He's messing with you.
Just feed it to me.
Go
alright?
ahead. Say it again.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice.
Is that
Okay, now
yours?
for a little bonus. What's his real name? His real name is Robbie Van Winkle.
I knew there
Robbie,
were.
Rob Van Winkle. Oh,
Who
yeah,
had?
that's pretty
He has
cool.
a very beautiful car collection.
Well, he's kind of
Actually-
blonde. Yeah, I knew he builds a lot of houses and stuff too, doesn't he? Like,
man, his Porsche collection is jealous of
yeah.
that
I think
collection.
before he moved to Miami, he was living here in Dallas, by the way,
Yeah.
too. So before he was living in Florida, he spent some time here in Dallas. So I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, sorry.
Here we go. No, it's
So
all good.
to be continued. What's the score right now? Is it 2 to 1?
2 to 1. Yeah.
All right, 2 to 1. Okay, here we go.
Thanks for letting me have that last one.
No problem, man.
But you buzzed in faster than me.
All right, here we go. What was Uncle Jesse's last name in Full House?
Oh, Buzz. That would be Tanner.
No. Tanner would be the names of the family. Jesse has his own last name.
But isn't his last name the same as them? Aren't they brothers?
No,
Uncle.
no,
Uncle.
No.
It's not Jesse Tanner?
no.
Oh, well.
It was-
okay.
Katopoulos. Jesse Katopoulos.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was even thinking of the wrong Jesse.
Yeah,
I
Yeah, were you thinking about
Sorry,
Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard?
no. When you said Uncle Jesse was the Greek guy, right?
Yeah, he was the Greek
And
guy.
I was thinking of like the
Yes.
comedian guy who lived in the basement. Shows you how much I know.
Oh, that was the other guy. That was
That was the other guy.
that was Joey, wasn't it?
All right, here we go.
okay,
guys.
forget
this
it.
Is, you guys got to have this one. Ready? Number
All right.
What were REM losing in their 1991 hit single?
Buzz.
Oh, that was
Oh,
at
we
the
did
same
it at the same time. Did it at the same time. Okay. What's the score right now?
2 to
It's
1.
still
you.
2 to 1. Okay, I'm gonna give you this one. Go, try it.
Religion.
Yes, you got it. All right, here we
Yep.
go.
Life
Was
is
a
bigger.
tiebreaker.
It's bigger than you.
Well, if it's music, it's tough because me and Steve have the same musical palette.
Which candy is known as the fresh maker?
Buzz.
Go ahead.
Mentos.
Yes, you got it. This
Should we
was all-
do we try like 1 or 2 more just for the fun of it?
Yeah, sure. And that was a 90s. This is all 90s stuff. All right,
This
here
is
we go.
90s, yeah. This is straight up 90s, yeah.
This is straight up 90s. Here we go. Which kids action figures were considered, and you probably won't even get this, genderless, and anybody could play with them?
Buzz.
Go ahead.
Teletubbies.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Power Rangers.
They were considered genderless, even though
Like-
they had a pink
No,
Even though I had a
no,
pink one with
like
you could clearly see the female form on them.
that anybody could use them basically.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
All right,
Okay.
one more just for good luck here. In which year? In what was the Spice Girls' #1 hit single?
Buzz. Really? You didn't even buzz?
No, there's no point. I don't know the name.
Oh, I thought it was Wannabe, right?
Yes.
If you want to be my lover,
Oh,
we
break it
gotta get
down.
with my friends.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff, man.
But I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. That's all I know.
That's
I don't remember the rest
unbelievable.
of it.
That's unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you guys for being a good sport and playing this. And Steve is just killing it now. It's his show.
Yeah.
He's killing everybody. He doesn't let nobody
Oh.
win, Jeff. He doesn't let
I'm
anybody
not saying I won't let nobody win, and believe me, like
No, don't let anyone win.
I am a gracious winner and a really sore loser, So, no, I'm just kidding. But this has been fun, man. Like it always time flies by
really
super
does.
fast. There was like so much stuff we wanted to talk about more, Jeff, and we didn't even get to touch on any of it or whatever. So we're gonna definitely have to have you back
Yeah,
for
would
sure.
Would you be happy to have us back again? In
Yeah,
your
of
house?
Yeah.
course. Just let me know, Until then,
We'll make
get
sure
to
we
leave
do
a
you
little
up right
stream.
with the proper lights and stuff this time around
Well,
too.
yeah,
They're starting to
well,
get late now over there.
Jesus, yeah, no. Hey, I have my setup. That's the funny thing, but we were in a scramble situation, or at least I was.
Right. No, that's cool.
Trying to
Well,
get this
listen,
right,
man.
so-
I know we hit some technical difficulties in the beginning, but we seem to got it all smoothed out now. We want to thank you again one more time to our main man, Jeff Parazzo. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Dino Thunder Ranger. We wish you all the best for sure, and we will talk soon. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, man.
Yeah,
Really
absolutely.
quickly,
I love
guys.
you, Alexis. It was great to talk to you.
Thank you. You as well, man. It was
Definitely.
very nice meeting you, especially
Yeah.
after just watching you on my TV, man. It was pretty cool.
He's like he's fangirling
He's
over there,
fangirling.
man.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you can follow us on the Fantastic Duo Show on Instagram. You could also check out our YouTube channel where we're going to be posting up all the videos. You can follow Steve at.
Well, at Steve Cardenas PR, you can follow me on Twitter as well at the same handle. And of course, on the Fantastic Duo Show, we'll be posting up there as well too.
Yeah, and you guys could also win some amazing prizes by making sure to go to the patreon.com/Fantastic Duo, where we'll be giving away so many great things that'll make your head spin. Not really, I don't know, but anyway, cool, man.
Don't oversell it, man. We're just gonna give away some shit, okay? We're gonna give away some signed shit.
Paper bag signed by Steve.
It's gonna
Cardenas.
blow your mind.
It's gonna blow your mind. Thank you again, Jeff. I greatly appreciate you, man. And
course.
you wanna
Cool.
let them know
And thank
one
you
more
guys,
time
all
where you-
all the Twitch guys. Thank you guys for joining in with us. And actually, one thing I would like to say is maybe if you guys should leave some comments. I think next week, is that the prize we're giving away next week?
No, so check this out really quickly. If you guys don't know, this just came out on Wednesday.
Oh
okay?
yes,
This is-
that's the
this
new
is
Boom comic.
This is the very last issue of Go-Go Power Rangers, and Rocky, Aisha, and I forgot the last name.
Adam,
Person.
Rocky, Aisha, and Adam.
Adam get introduced and become the Power Rangers, and that's how this comic book completely ends. I'm trying to have the
Very
writer
cool.
of this comic book on this show soon. So,
That's fantastic.
that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
we
Yeah,
need to
go
make
ahead.
that happen for sure. But if you guys want, I think next week on Tuesday, we will have Austin St. John back. So if you guys have any questions that you want to get asked, why don't you leave those in the comments, and we'll make sure to try to address as many of those as possible. So may the power protect you guys. Thank you all for hanging out with us at the Fantastic Duo Show. On behalf of all of us, have a great day. Stay safe out there. Thank you,
take
guys.
care, guys.